Item G1 has been taken off the agenda. So we're going to go right to the financial services items. I would like a motion to combine items H1 through H20.
So moved.
Moved by Dr. Cohen, second by Mr. Philipczak. Is there any discussion?
I just have one question.
I'm sorry, Susan?
Just have one question.
Absolutely.
On H3. So this H3 is for purchase of district-wide HVAC automation control. So a while back we talked about the ESIP program and that we had applied for ESIP. So would this work fall under work that would normally be covered by ESIP, or is this separate?
No, this would be separate, and this is really something that we need to address. The ESIP program is moving forward, and we'll be having some actions that will be coming to the board, I believe, in the not-too-distant future, but this is essential to our maintaining an appropriate environment for all of our schools.
Okay, so the ESIP is going through audits and...
Going through review, and we are also going through a process where we now have to take some formal actions, I believe, at the board level.
In order to move forward.
So we now have our bond counsel involved to pull the necessary actions together.
Because from time to time, I'll see items on the agenda that have to do with kind of energy-related equipment, and to the extent that it could be included in the work that's part of, covered by ESIP, I think, there would be some benefits, yes. Financial benefits. But I guess this couldn't wait for that.
Correct.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other discussion? Secretary, please call the roll.
Mrs. Chu?
Yes.
Dr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Lax? Yes. Mr. Philipczak?
Yes, but I'm abstaining from H2, invoice number P17038000.
Mrs. Reese?
Yes.
And Mrs. Becker?
Yes. Motion carried. Okay, moving on to human resources. Can I please have a motion for I1, personnel action certificated and non-certificated staff?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Cohen, second by Mr. Philipczak. Is there any discussion? Secretary, please call the roll.
Mrs. Chu?
Yes.
Dr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Lax?
Yes.
Mr. Philipczak?
Yes.
Mrs. Reese?
Yes.
Mrs. Becker?
Yes. Motion carried. Moving on to student services, J1, can I have a motion for the confirmed harassment, intimidation, and bullying incidents report?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Cohen, second by Mr. Philipczak. Is there any discussion? Will Secretary please call the roll?
Mrs. Chu?
Yes.
Dr. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Lax?
Yes.
Mr. Philipczak?
Yes.
Mrs. Reese?
Yes.
Mrs. Becker?
Yes. Motion carried. J2, the monthly school reports.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Cohen, second by Mr. Philipczak. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Item J3, can I please have a motion? The special education services are approved as followed in the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Dr. Cohen, seconded by Mr. Philipczak. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carried.